My name is Matthew Barton. I'm a senior product engineer at Blair Image Elements. I've been at Blair for 10 years. My area of specialty is LED lighting, integrations, the software that runs on the control systems, and product design.
Blair Image Elements is headquartered in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and since 1951 we've been supplying our international customers with signage, lighting, and architectural imaging elements. We serve a wide range of industries, including grocery, petroleum, quick service restaurant, and automotive.
So the North Hills Lexus project came to start off in about 2019 when David Rorick, the owner of the North Hills Lexus dealership, had come to us looking for a really unique solution for his dealership.
When David came to us, he was looking for new ideas on how to bring attention to his dealership. The Lexus of North Hills dealership is located in between Bentley, Land Rover, and Tesla dealerships, and so this needed to stand out against that competition. It also had to be built in such a way that maintained the high brand standards that Lexus is known for.
When Blair first got this project, we were really excited to take this on. This is a challenge that, because of the scale of it, would require a lot of thought and a lot of effort, but we knew that it was something that we could do and we could make the customer really happy with. So whereas others may come in and say, oh, that can't be done, we really like to take that challenge and say, well, what does it take to actually do it?
We were inspired to invest in the exterior for a couple different reasons. One, the building was starting to look a little dated, and Lexus also has an initiative called Lexus Vision USA that they have an idea in mind for all their dealers. It's an updated look. You have a little bit of latitude, but it definitely needed refreshed.
So the design process started when we got the initial call. It was something that was pretty out of the box for what we normally do, just based on the scale of it, and was something that we had to put a lot of thought into up front. The initial sketches went back and forth, and we started a prototype process, and then we had a demonstration with the customer where the customer was actually viewing this remotely with a camera set up. Because of everything that had gone on during the pandemic, we couldn't get together. So we'd put the cameras up. He was in his office viewing our demonstration from our parking lot. During that demonstration, we showcased different pitches of LEDs, so the different dimensions between LEDs. We showcased different glass designs. We settled on one in that night, and then from that point on, we started working on specific design elements of how we were going to support the glass. We worked with another firm that did the steel structure and the glass. LEDs were something that we had to bring in and integrate into that wall.
Working with Blair was fantastic, from the communication in emails and phone calls through design process, the planning, getting the materials here. Once the stuff was actually here, the workers that were on site, you couldn't ask for anything better. Fantastic people to work with.
So what makes this project really unique was just the sheer scale of this thing. So there are about 12,000 pounds of glass panels hung on the front of this building that covers about a 1,450 square foot area. Behind that glass are over 24,000 LEDs. So integrating everything into it so that everything was executed in a way that would look good on the grand scale was a huge problem. Some of the details that make this project really unique were the ways that we had to control individual LEDs so the animations would look organic and flow naturally, as well as something like etching the front of the glass with the Lexus logo, just that little extra notch that we took it. So the installation process was another thing that we had to coordinate really well with a couple other firms.
The steel structural support and glass vendor had to show up and make sure that everything was installed prior to us installing the LEDs. Then the glass could go on.
The LED system consists of a track that is mounted on the wall and then a rail that contains the LEDs that slide down in.
The process took about 2 weeks to install everything, and the dealership was able to remain open during that entire time.
With 24,000 LEDs and those 12,000 pounds of glass hanging on the front of the building, servicing was a concern of ours. We had to come up with a way that we could service these LED lights without removing any of the glass. Each panel is about 4 foot by 3 foot and weighs over 100 pounds each. So pulling one of those off to just service a few LEDs was going to be a potential issue. So what we did is we took a coping around the top, which is the cap, and made it so that that cap could be removed and then all of the LEDs could be brought in from the top. So we created a system where the LED rails hinged and had some handholds, and we could just pull them straight up and then hinge them over, pull another section up, hinge it over, and so on and so forth. So originally the customer was looking to have just a white animated wall, And so one of the things that we decided to do was make it color tunable. So he could have any kind of white, a warm kind of orange glow to a cool, stark, clean look. But one of the byproducts of doing color tunable is that you actually have at your fingertips every color available. So the customization is very, very open.
The software is pretty easy to use. It's very intuitive and can be used on any desktop, laptop, or tablet from anywhere in the world to control the light wall.
The way it runs is by uploading video files. So one of the base images is a fractal effect that has little pixels that are moving around organically. But one of the things he can do now, he just did for Veterans Day, was throw up a image of the flag waving, and that had a really neat look to it.
Our team is very proud and excited to have this beautiful wall in the front of our building that is dynamic, it's changeable. Everybody likes it. The customers love it. Nothing but great feedback. We've actually had folks come in here just to tell us about the light wall that actually weren't even customers. I would absolutely recommend other Lexus dealers to invest in the LED wall. The perfect timing for the Lexus Vision USA if they're going through a remodel or a new building. It's a perfect fit. It's definitely worth the investment. I would recommend Blair Image Elements to anybody.